Hey, LeBron, you're 100% right on these girls hating on Caitlyn Clark. Y'all petty, girls. I expect men to be petty because we're the most insecure group in the world.
Oh, you are.
Y'all should be thanking that girl for getting y'all private charters, all the money and visibility she bringing to the WNBA. Don't be petty like dudes.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the ridiculous and racist and petty narrative that WNBA star rookie Caitlyn Clark is only popular because she's white and not LGBT. Now, there's a lot I want to say. I want to show you the clip from The View where this was said live on air in front of people. But before we get to that, let's just back up a little bit. Now, Caitlyn Clark, she is a star rookie and has brought a lot of eyes to the game. Obviously, she was on Iowa last year and she dominated college basketball. An amazing shooter, can shoot with the best of them. I think she could go toe-to-toe with the men in the three-point contest and probably beat most of the guys in the league. Now, talking about playing the actual game, not so much. She's a woman, so she can shine in the women's league. However, there are some people who are just really focused on her not succeeding. I don't understand why, because before Caitlyn Clark, there was not this much visibility on the games. The women are now starting to get chartered flights, or before that wasn't the case. They fly commercial like everybody else. The level of fame, the level of money that this one player has brought to the league cannot be understated. But of course, you have some jealous, envious women out there, yes, I said it, who don't like her because she gets so much attention, to the point where they want to discount her skill and just say the only reason why she's popular is because she's white and not LGBT. Now, there's so much I want to go through, but first, let's go ahead and just roll some clips here. First, we're going to see Sunny Hostin on The View. We're going to hear from her and see what she said in front of an audience on television. Then we're going to get to Jemele Hill and what she said in a written interview. I think it was on LA Times. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Caitlyn Clark is bringing this money, these sponsorships, we hope, into the league, and other players will benefit from it. But I do think that she is more relatable to more people because she's white, because she's attractive. And unfortunately,
now, okay, there's a lot I want to say, but can we go back to the first thing here? Caitlyn Clark is right there, number 22. Attractive? I mean, to each their own. If you like what you like, that's fine, but I'm not really sure the attention she's getting is because of her looks. I'm not quite sure that's the case. I think it's because she's a skilled basketball player. Let's keep on going here.
Fortunately, there still is that stigma of against the LGBTQ plus community. 70% of the WNBA is black. A third of the players are in the LGBTQ plus community.
Now, are we really going to say that people are not watching the league because they're black? Are we really going to say that? Because if that's the case, I have a great counter argument.
And we have to do something about that stigma in this country. I think that people have a problem with basketball playing women that are lesbian.
Okay, now there's a lot here. First, let's just talk about the whole black let's talk about the whole black narrative, okay? LeBron James, probably the best player to ever do it. If not the best player, up there with the top 2 or 3. I mean, probably 6'10", not 6'8", probably 6'10", just a freak of nature, something that you don't really see too often, can do everything, unstoppable. Almost 40 years old, out there still dominating on the court. This guy changed the entire economy of Cleveland, Ohio when he was there. I'm talking about hotels are getting built. Just that one man by himself changed everything. One person. And he came straight out of high school, no college, 18 years old, made an immediate impact. Now, do you think LeBron James's career as what I think he's a billionaire athlete right now, do you think it was hindered because he is not white and heterosexual. The problem with the WNBA is that it's not a really good product. That's the thing. Caitlyn Clark is popular because she is a skilled basketball player. Okay, you don't have to be pretty, all that kind of stuff. Are you a skilled basketball player or not? Now, of course, I'm a heterosexual, so I like attractive women. That's not going to hurt you. But if I'm trying to watch basketball, I'm not really caring too much about how they look. The main thing is, can you get the ball in the bucket? If I see a woman do a 360 windmill dunk on the 10-foot hoop, I don't care how they look. I don't care if they're a bull dagger, LGBT, whatever you want to call it nowadays, 2024. I don't really care. Can you do what I like in the game? Can you entertain? Can you draw a crowd? Can you bring in the monies? That's what I'm worried about. I ain't worried about you being LGBT. Okay. I'm just not worried about that at all. But let's keep on going here. Now, here, this is a think piece. Caitlyn Clark marketing boom is celebrated, but also draws questions of race and equity. Okay. Now, this is so dumb. This is on, I think, LA Times. Okay. LA Times put this out, a whole think piece. Now, look at this. What makes the ponytail Clark, 22, just 22, so special? Sure, she's a leading scorer in women's college basketball history. Yeah, that might help. Being the leading scorer in women's college basketball history might help the hype train when you graduate and then go to the WNBA. That might help a little bit. A little bit. Maybe that weighs more than not being LGBT and looking like you're not about to go drive trucks for a living. But anyway, they continue. But how many people have heard of Lynette Woodard, the woman she passed? And for all of her individual accomplishments, she has never won a state or national team title. Now, Lynette Woodard, how old is this woman? Is this like what generation was this? Okay, was this prior to cell phones? Like, I don't know who that is. Okay, now there are people who I've heard of in college basketball that did not go on to do well in the pros. I mean, Christian Laettner had an okay career in the NBA, but in college, unstoppable in college. Sometimes it doesn't translate. A lot of guys, when I say Christian Laettner, if they didn't follow college ball, they would not know who it is. Now, you could also not follow college ball and know who LeBron James is and Kobe Bryant is and Kevin Garnett are, because they were just really good players. If you're a good player and you shine, nothing else matters. Okay, but let's continue. What really makes her stand out is the fact that she almost blends in despite her talents. At 6 feet and a slender 152 pounds, she's one of the smallest players in the WNBA. She looks like your mom, said Ann Bastinelli, a professor of marketing at any university and a former college basketball player. These women who are well over 6 feet and strong and athletic and determined and all this other sorts of things, I think are scary to lots of men. And I think they would be scary to lots of people who have very firm and rigid views of gender and sexual stereotypes. Now, can we pause right there? This is WNBA, right? So why are we talking about men? See, she said the quiet part out loud. You ready? You ready for this? The majority, I would say 80% of WNBA viewers are men, because women don't watch sports. Not that much, not as much as men do. Men are the biggest consumers of sports. And that goes for the NBA, the WNBA, volleyball, tennis, golf. Men like sports much more than women. Now, I'm not saying no women like sports. I know women that play basketball in college and play other sports that are athletic, they ran track. So they must understand what I'm saying. But my point is, the majority of the WNBA supporters are men. So if women want to see whatever change in the WNBA, why don't they support it? Why don't they support one another? Why is it up to us as men to support the women when they don't want to support themselves? Why are we blamed for something that they don't want to do? Anyway, let's continue. And while Clark passes and shoots with laser-like precision the way NBA star Stephen Curry does, she makes it look so easy that everyone thinks they can do it. People love Steph Curry because he's the everyman, said Jamel Hill, an Emmy-winning sports journalist and ESPN personality. Caitlyn Clark has the same relatability. But, okay, Steph Curry is one of the best shooters who has ever played basketball. One of the best ever. Like, you can't just say, all right, he's relatable. Okay, cool. Anybody can do that. Well, not anybody, but a lot of guys and girls can be relatable. But are you a good basketball player? That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. That's the long and short of it. Anyway, but Clark, who will lead the Fever against the Sparks, blah, 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 blah. In a league which is 70% of the players are black, nearly a third are identified as LGBT, and most come from urban environments. Caitlyn Clark is white, straight, and from Iowa. So I guess you're trying to say that because Caitlyn Clark does not have that bull dagger, rough girl energy, that she's more relatable. But the whole black thing is ridiculous because the NBA is even more black, I would say. Maybe the same percent black, probably 80, 90% black. And a lot of these guys come from bad environments. LeBron coming from Akron, single parent household, rough environment. Like, a lot of guys come from bad environments, but what makes the most difference is their play. Okay, are they entertaining? Are they skilled? Nobody really cares that the NBA is majority black. People are still paying a lot of money, big money. Like I said, LeBron, just by himself, changed the entire economy of Cleveland, Ohio, just by himself. One person, before the championship, before all of that, just to go see him by himself, change everything in the whole city, maybe even the whole state of Ohio. So why didn't being black affect him? This is so ridiculous. I'll leave it right there. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to Caitlyn Clark. And the players out there who are jealous, you guys got to stop. I saw Angel Reese say something talking about, oh, well, it's not just one player. Look, if y'all were smart in the WNBA and the sports media who wants to support the WNBA, you guys would do everything you can to make sure that Clark is successful. Make sure she's able to shine, because as she goes, you go. People don't want to watch the WNBA. Not really. I mean, they get some viewership, but nowhere near the level of the NBA. So if you guys want to get chartered flights, you guys want to get paid more than $75,000 a year as a rookie, if you guys really want to make this be something, you got to support your stars. You got to, pour into your star players rather than trying to tear them down out of your own ridiculous, petty jealousy, envy, and hatred. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on what Jamel Hill said and also what Sonny Hostin said? Do you agree, disagree, whatever your thoughts are? Let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. This was ridiculous to say, and it's not surprising. People just are haters at a certain point. Let Caitlyn Clark shine. Let any skilled basketball player shine. That's what they're here for, right? You're playing basketball. Let good basketball players play. And if fans like a certain person, like a certain team, then let them like them. Matter of fact, lean into it, because that's how you become more successful. This should be kind of common sense. It shouldn't be rocket science. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.